In your mind, in your imagination, you find yourself sitting in a departure lounge. You have booked and have a place on the next departing space shuttle. Your journey includes a return flight from Earth to the negative thought separation program on a space station many miles above. Your negative energy will be drawn out. Using the latest technology, the crew above will help you to release anything that causes overthinking, anxiety, or negative thinking. You are relaxed in this moment and looking forward to being released from these inner intrusions. Around, you see other people getting ready for their flight, each one of them wearing a spacesuit. The thick material keeps you warm and safe, and is in fact very comfortable. Even though you have committed to this procedure being done, that voice in your head can still be heard.
It won't be successful. You can't get rid of me that easily. I'll always be here.
You hear the familiar voice and let the words pass. You know the voice is there and acknowledge it. It becomes silent. Through the large windows, you see shuttles getting ready for takeoff, airside crews with ear defenders and high visibility jackets, working on various equipment. It is quite a busy place, but there is a very relaxed atmosphere all in all. You can hear people talking, but cannot quite make out what they are saying, as the sounds intermix, coming across as relaxing mumbles to your ears. An engineer comes over to you and tells you it is now time to put your helmet on. He asks if you are prepared, ensuring that you feel completely safe and at ease. Picking up the helmet, he places it over your head, whilst giving you a reassuring smile, as if telling you without any words that everything will be good in the end. Pushing the helmet firmly down on your shoulders, he locks the suit together securely. Now you can hear your own breath inside the spacesuit that you now wear. The more you hear every breath, the more you relax. There is plenty of room inside, and you can move your head freely in any direction. As you breathe out, your breath fogs up the glass, then clearing as you inhale again.
It's just you and me now. We are closer than ever. You will always hear my voice.
That negative nagging self-talk continues, but you try not to take notice. The engineer begins to walk you over to the gate, the entrance to your space shuttle. He gives you calming instructions to keep you safe and makes good of your conversation by lifting the mood with a few amusing facts. Walking you through a small tunnel where the noise pollution of chattering people and equipment fades, you are greeted with a more silent area. Although you may perhaps be slightly nervous about this journey, you are very much looking forward to this new experience. Concentrating on your breathing seems easy, as you can hear yourself inside your own helmet. The intrusive voice is silent in this moment, as optimism takes the lead in these new surroundings. Now at the entrance door to the departing shuttle, you step over the threshold and are inside. A very quiet place indeed, with only a few people doing the final checks. The furnishings of this space shuttle look basic, with all the complicated hardware hidden from sight. A clean area of white. Everything is white. Taking a few more steps, the engineer points you to a rather large seat where he would like you to sit. Swinging your body round slowly, you take your place. As you heavily descend, the plush cushioning slows you down. You are comfortable and the seat is sturdy, making you feel safe. The engineer pulls some straps across your body, harnessing you as if anchoring you down. The straps are firm but not too tight, enough to be reassured by the press of the material on your skin. As the engineer does his final checks on your suit, you hear clanks and clutters, murmurings of conversations through your helmet. Everything seems a little surreal in this moment, but all you can think about is your destination, what it would feel like to be weightless, relaxed, and free of these negative thoughts. As the engineer finishes his checks, he connects your oxygen to your suit and requests that you focus on your breathing once more. Giving you the thumb up, he presses a button on your suit to allow you to hear communications from the control room and your flight crew. Giving a thumb up back to the engineer, he nods and walks out of sight. With no one in sight anymore, there are a few footsteps from the remaining crews working on the shuttle. They leave, closing the door behind them. You are now within moments of takeoff. As you focus and concentrate on your breathing, you become a little calmer, more relaxed from the commitment you have taken. Control Tower, this is Hypnos 1. All checks have been cleared, and we await your command. Welcome to this beautiful evening. You're going to have a fantastic view at the sunset tonight. Okay, so wind speed's good. There's a little cloud cover. We can spot you up to 10,000 feet. Detachment mechanism is operational, and the gate is now clear. This is Hypnos 1. That's great to hear. Our ship is now ready to set sail on your order. Hypnos 1 will commence countdown in T-minus 30 seconds. Roger that, Control. As you wait to hear the pending countdown, you look out the window, seeing the sunset. Your mind begins to drift a little. This is the moment you realize that this is all for you. Commencing countdown, 10 seconds to launch. 9, 8, start main engine. 7, release all brakes. 6, detach from the launch pad. 5, raise main engine to 40%. 4, 3, raise main power to 100%. 2, pulse launch thrusters. And Hypnos 1, we have liftoff. Seeing a red tint everywhere, which is comparable to the red sunset you can see out of your window, you feel yourself being pushed down into your seat, heavily. Your journey has now begun. You are going up through the sky, into space and further than you have ever physically and mentally been. The firm force of gravity holds your body in place. Not feeling that you can move, you manage to turn your head to the window once more. Watching the ground slowly move away and everything becoming smaller, you feel a short sense of freedom. Up into the sky, through the clouds, which almost look like steam on your window. The vibrations and rattles of equipment on board can also be felt in your body from the force of the very powerful engines that propel your shuttle further upwards. As you watch the ground get further away and the sun set in a warm glow down below, you begin to pass through the atmosphere. A red and yellow taint can be seen outside your window. As your shuttle pushes through the Earth's atmosphere, silence, as the craft goes from using its main engine to its thrusters. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to space. We're going to do one orbit of the beautiful planet you see down below, and then on to the space station. Our ETA is approximately 20 minutes. Please keep your harness buckled for safety reasons. I hope you enjoy the rest of the flight. Thanks for flying Hypnos Travel. As the captain's voice disappears, you begin to feel the beginnings of being weightless. Almost feeling like you are floating on water, your whole body is now relaxed. Your mind is in wonder at this phenomenon, slowly moving your hands in front and across your face. The harness straps hold you in firmly, but the ends of them float right in front of your very eyes. Breathing seems easier with the very calming effect of not feeling the weight of your body.
This is new. You don't like anything new. Can you trust anybody up here? Because you're all alone.
You think to yourself that you trust the crew more than the negative self-talk that you hear inside. You are just tired of hearing that energy-draining voice from within. Gazing out the window as the shuttle turns into orbit, you see star after star, twinkling in a curtain of darkness. Your mind begins to wander into more positive thoughts. Some stars are brighter than others, and some appear to get brighter one moment, then fade off. In the distance, faraway galaxies are denoted as clouds in space, with a glowing center. As the shuttle travels around in orbit, you see the moon closer than you have ever seen it. The craters of this seemingly dusty landscape look like mountains, highlighted by the sun that hides behind it. Its grey image looks very quiet, as does everything from the view that you now receive. As your journey continues, you begin to forget about anything negative and just enjoy this present moment. The Earth's atmosphere is a blue haze that extends far out from the indistinguishable sky. Below, you see vast oceans. In certain areas, circular cloud cover and blues of the lightest and darkest your memory can recall. The lands that stretch around this beautiful globe are familiar looking. You see where the deserts are, the snow caps of mountain ranges and lakes. You see the areas of green, uninhabited places that feel so secret from looking down. As the world turns, streetlights and illuminations from houses fill the dark shadowed sleeping side of this colourful planet. Everything feels like it is in slow motion. The smooth ride helps to bring a calmness to your observations, as your every breath becomes longer and deeper. As you assert your eyes, you see a shining object above the glowing blue atmosphere. It is the space station. Hearing the thrusters become a little quieter, you get the sense of slowing down as parts of the space station pass your window. Slowly beginning to dock, you hear a muffled contact of the locking mechanism that greets your shuttle. Everything much quieter. All you hear is your breathing. As the door of the docked shuttle opens, you begin to hear the familiar sounds of voices again. Engineers enter your cabin, checking equipment once more. None of them need to wear any kind of suit, as the pressure has equalized. One engineer comes over to you, giving you the thumbs up with a smile. You reciprocate by showing your thumb.
We're here. They're not going to be able to fix you. I'm part of you, and always will be.
Blatantly ignoring the words you hear inside the helmet and inside your head, still weightless, you allow the engineer to unbuckle your seat and then beckon you to follow her. You glide in the air behind as she floats through the open door. Leaving this odyssey, you enter the space station. Greeted with a corridor, you track behind as the engineer points to a room. Floating in front of you, she points you in. Gliding into the room, you see a sign on the wall that says Negative Separation Room.
That will never happen,
says the voice in your head. As you enter, you see a small area with a seating bench and various official-looking equipment. Floating into the room, the engineer closes the door. Standing in front of you, she takes your helmet off. You feel a slightly cooler but relieving temperature on your skin. The air is fresh, and you feel slightly tired from the overwhelming journey you have taken to get here. Taking the rest of your suit off, your body now feels free. The engineer tells you that you can now enter the treatment room when you are ready. It is a door at the side of the room. Nodding to the engineer, the anticipation of positive change is exciting. Without hesitation, you enter the room. As you float into the place of treatment, you see lavender plants, and your nose is greeted with the sweet, relaxing scent. Greenery is in abundance all around. There is even a waterfall that flows upside down from the lack of gravity. There are large windows for you to gaze upon the stars and galaxies outside. You are in wonder at this glorious place of bliss. Your every sense begins to be calmer and at peace. The knowing inside of wanting this positive change is all too obvious from your every calmer reaction. Every muscle settling down, every thought beginning to be more positive. The engineer floats towards you, pointing at a booth near one of the large windows. You make your way there. The booth is there to take readings of how your mind and body functions, and also measure the negativity scale that you experience within. You step inside. The engineer presses a few buttons and types away as the readings show up on the display. She nods, smiles, and then beckons you to the other side of the booth, to a door. The door leads to a pod located outside the space station. The procedure of negative separation cannot be performed safely on the space station. It can only happen inside this small vessel. Once the treatment has taken effect, your pod will detach, returning you back to Earth. Stepping inside, you take a seat. The engineer straps you firmly in and closes the door.
Nothing can get rid of me. This will not work.
The engineer can be seen pressing a few buttons, and a humming sound can be heard. Everything begins to vibrate. You feel as if your skin is being softly pulled at your front. From your toes up to your face, you feel a sense of being sucked forward, but the seat and straps hold you firm.
No, this can't be happening. You can't do this to me. What are you doing?
The negative separation procedure begins to take effect. As you feel the vibrations and the sense of being pulled forwards, the negative energy is peeled away from you. As the separation continues, you see a mirror image of yourself floating before your very eyes. The engineer communicates with you. Launching pod in 3, 2, 1. The pod you are in is jettisoned away from the space station. You watch as the large ship gets smaller through your window. You hear the engineer again. Releasing negativity now. A hiss can be heard as a filtered vent opens. You see the negative image of yourself being squeezed out into the vent and slowly being sent out into space. As it continues to be expelled, you hear its pleas.
You can't do anything without me. You can't leave me here. Please don't go. I'm part of you, and always will be.
As you observe this energy disperse into space, outside the pod, you watch the negative version of yourself drift further away until you see it no more. You let your shoulders down, relax and take a deep breath of relief. Possibly drained from this experience. Seeing the blue planet as you enter the atmosphere once again, you feel fresh, free, and new. Taking a look down below, the oceans look more beautiful than before. The blue skies euphoric, and the peace that you now have inside is unparalleled. The parachute for the pod catches the downward drift of air, slowing your speed to the ground. Now floating gently and smoothly down, you see land. As you glide down further, a crew of people can be seen on a beach. The pod lands in the deep blue ocean as you see the aqua waves rolling past your window. And now, everything is silent, quiet as can be. You are alone with your own thoughts, the ones that count. The door to the pod opens, and a team of people help you out through the hatch. You smell the appreciation of fresh new oxygen reaching your lungs. Your shoulders become free, and the relief you feel is immense. Stepping down to a small boat, you and the team of people head back to the shore. Everything around looks, feels, and smells brand new. You have a new appreciation for everything. Upon reaching the fine yellow sandy beach, your feet touch the ground. The team wish you well and disappear off into the distance. Peace is finally felt within. You can focus. You feel grounded and present. Take a while to bathe in this positive surrounding. You are free to think forward, to do what you want to do, without anything holding you back from the release of every bit of negativity.